Okay, we are back. It is our live broadcast for Monday, April the 1st. Today we are going to be talking about 3 reasons why aging women should fast. I'm going to share with you those 3 reasons and share with you why this is very specific to us as aging women today. So welcome if you're joining us live. Thank you to my Facebook friends who were very patient while we tried to switch things around and get things started up again. So welcome. My name is Diane, and for the past 25 years or so, I have been helping women find nutritional plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. And here in this community, we are doing that through the process of intermittent fasting. We have created and cultivated an amazing community of aging women who are really going through some of the changes that we tend to go through as we age and not really understand a lot of the reasons why these things are happening to us. And we are finding some relief and a new sense of a way of living as we age through this process of intermittent fasting. So welcome if you're joining us for the first time. Please take a second to hit that subscribe button on YouTube and that little bell icon so you'll be notified when we go live. And for those of us joining us on Facebook, welcome. Again, thank you for your patience today. Make sure you hit that like button and also make sure that you're set up for notifications so when we go live or upload new content. So specifically today, I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I think intermittent fasting is so beneficial to us as aging women. And then I'm going to share a few tips or tricks, and then I'm going to give you guys the updates that are going on in our community. So the number 1 reason why a lot of today's aging women are benefiting from fasting, more specifically intermittent fasting, is the benefits that it provides to us as a hormone balancing opportunity. As we go through the aging process, and remember, I really do like to define aging as any stage of change that we go through as women. So it happens to us as early as our, adolescence and what we're going through as far as those hormonal changes. It happens again as we get into those childbearing years, post-childbearing situations, so having a baby, nursing, and then going through perimenal and then and post-menopause, all aging processes. How intermittent fasting really does allow our bodies to balance out hormonally is that we're just giving it a break. Everything that we do, or everything that we expose ourselves to, everything that we put into our body causes some sort of chemical reaction. That chemical reaction does cause our hormones to fluctuate and oftentimes change. If we're doing everything we've always done in a changing body, of course things are going to become out of balance. We can no longer do the things we were doing in our teens, our 20s, our 30s, our 40s, for some of us our 50s or our 60s. Our body is just not working the same way that it was. We have very specific changes that are going on. You can call them good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter how you define them. The reality is they are changes. And if you're not open to facilitating some of that change and you're not open to adjusting the lifestyle that you have for yourself to accommodate the changes, and you're constantly trying to fight them or holding on to the way you did things in the past, you are going to be out of balance. What intermittent fasting does is it creates an opportunity for you to have some change happen. The first and foremost thing that we do in a fasted state is absolutely nothing. We cause no interference in what our body is designed to do naturally. We just give it a break. We give it a break from having to digest, we give it a break from having to store, and we give it a break from having those chemical reactions. So we're just giving it a break. When that break is occurring, if you do it correctly, then your body will start to get itself back into balance. It will allow your body to start to operate in the season that it is in. Not the season you want it to be in, but the season that it actually is in based on your chronological age. We are going through seasons. So fasting will allow your body to have that balance because you're not causing interruption and you're allowing your body to adjust to the season that it's in by giving it a chance to do nothing. The second reason why aging women should be fasting is to reduce inflammation. Inflammation is the root cause for so many of the health situations that we find ourselves in as we go through the aging process. So many women today are suffering from autoimmune disorders, and insulin resistance, now transitioning into diabetes. We're suffering from, heart disease. We're suffering from, so many new cases of breast cancer coming up on the surface and in our society of aging women. And why is that? Well, we know that the one common thing that so many people today are suffering from is inflammation. But we often mask that or explain that away as bloating or water retention or just the inability to lose weight. Remember, water is weight. If you are holding on to weight that you can't understand why it's sticking on your body, it's usually because of some inflammatory reason. Oftentimes that comes from what we're putting into our body or what we're surrounding our body with. If you create that opportunity for your body to have to do nothing, meaning you're not creating a new opportunity for some inflammatory response, then what your body starts to do is self-correct and it starts letting go a lot of that inflammation. The first thing that happens when you start fasting correctly as an aging woman is a sudden decrease in weight. It's almost like an overnight sensation where you'll just wake up one day and you won't believe the body that you're living in, and you'll wonder where all of that fluffiness went and all that bloat went. Well, it went away with inflammation. The inflammation is being pulled out of your body and it's being released, and you'll have an amazing little drop in weight and you'll start to feel and look a lot better. It's because of the reduction of inflammation. Again, giving your body the opportunity to do nothing, meaning you're not creating a new inflammatory response. So that second reason that all of us should be fasting is the opportunity to reduce inflammation. And then the third thing, which I know is a lot to wrap our head around, is the opportunity to reset our metabolism. Yes, our metabolism naturally slows down as we age. It actually starts in our 20s. So when you're like me and you hit that 50-year mark, it is very discouraging when you're exercising your heart out and you're starving yourself to death and you're doing all the things that we've been told to do to actually get our metabolism to rev back up and it's not working. It's because those things that we were told in the past were just not true. It just so happens that when your body's metabolism is naturally working well for you, it seems like exercising yourself into the ground and dieting things away is what's working, but it's just that you're still being able to rely on a very fast metabolism. As that naturally starts to decline, creating a fasting opportunity will actually help your metabolism reset. You actually have the opportunity to reset your metabolic burn rate. That happens in a fasted state, and more specifically in a clean fasted state. And that can be done very easily by intermittent fasting correctly, meaning you have a set period of hours in your day that you do nothing to upset that fasting opportunity. And that will allow your body to burn through a lot of that insulin resistance that we have backed up and built into our body, and allows your body to become a fat burning machine, which then in turn helps you reset your own metabolism. So your burn rate becomes a lot higher because you've revved up the ability to burn off that stored energy. So every woman, in my opinion, especially if you consider yourself aging, should be practicing some form of intermittent fasting. Again, the intermittent fasting protocol or schedule that you set up for yourself is always dependent on the lifestyle that you're choosing for yourself and some of the things that you really want to have the opportunity to heal or correct in your own body. The younger you are, in my opinion, the less let's see, how do I want to say that? I think that the more you can play around with your fasting window, and as you age, I think it is important for us to realize that we have a lot of things that we need to correct and a lot of things that we need to reset. And the best way to do those things is by sticking to a consistent fasting schedule that's long enough in duration to allow your body to actually get into that self-healing mode and that self-correcting mode where we can reverse some of the damage that we've done in the past. These are all the things that I teach you and share with you and let you experiment with and really create a foundation for yourself in my Intermittent Fasting for Today's Aging Woman course. We have had an abundance of new subscribers to our community in the past month or two. Want to make sure that you all are aware that we do have classes every month for the Intermittent Fasting beginner aging woman. They're 3-week courses. One is launching this Saturday. It is really a great opportunity for you to experiment, close out all of the misinformation that we are hearing about intermittent fasting, because it is such a buzzword these days, and really allow you the opportunity to practice some time and consistency for yourself to try to figure out what it is that will work best for you in the lifestyle that you want to create for yourself. So like I said, we have a course starting on Saturday. I would love to have some of our new community members jump in with us. So really quickly, I'm just going to recap the 3 reasons why I think every aging woman should fast. 1 is balance out your hormones. 2 is reduce inflammation. And 3 is the opportunity for your body to reset its metabolism. It will slow down naturally on its own, but there's no reason why we should accept that. And fasting really has proven to be that thing that really allows us to reset the metabolism back to the way we used to really be able to benefit from it. So I'm going to go ahead and welcome everyone. Please take a second, if you haven't done so yet, to leave me a comment in the comment section. If you are a past student of mine, please let me know which month and year you participated. We just passed our 2-year anniversary here in this community. So we have many students who have taken our course. And if you're new to the community, please take a second to say hello and introduce yourself. I would love to formally welcome you to our community on today's live broadcast. And always, my rebroadcast members, please feel free to also introduce yourself. I do go back through and answer all questions and comments, so you are definitely welcome and noticed in this community, whether you catch us live or on the rebroadcast. Okay, so Linda signed up for April, looking forward to learning. Linda, I'm super excited to be able to spend some time with you in April, so thank you for trusting me with you. Marilee, I signed up for April too. Awesome, you guys are going to be friends in the April course. I'm super excited for you. Lori, signing up for the May course, fantastic. As soon as our April course starts, registration for May will be open. That's my birthday month, so you'll get to spend May with me. I'm super excited about that. Rita from North Carolina, we are freezing in North Carolina. Tomorrow it'll be 39. Girlfriend, we had a cold front move through here too. Was it like in the 30s this morning, Michael? Mm-hmm. It's been cold here too. So we had a little teaser of spring, and now we're back to cold as well. Right now, though. 61, so we're not going to complain too much. Maria from Chicago, nice and sunny. Congratulations, Maria. Enjoy that for sure. Little chilly in Central Florida today. What is it with the cold coming through? Maybe that means we'll have a nice subtle summertime to look forward to. Sophia from Texas, welcome, girlfriend. Suloon, I think it is. Thanks for responding to my email. Love everything you're doing. I'm looking forward to the course. Awesome, girlfriend. Can't wait to hang out with you as well. And then Tina from Washington State, completed my course in February. Awesome, Tina. Thanks for jumping on live with us for sure. Are you still offering the 50 discount, trying to decide? No, that was something we did last year. We're not doing any discounts on the course in any foreseeable future. So definitely don't hesitate if you think you're ready. Just jump on in with us. Jody's here. Ingrid is here. Cynthia, thanks for jumping on. Patty, good to have you with us. She's a February graduate for sure. Cynthia, slowly. I don't know what slowly means. Hopefully slowly everything's coming back to normal for you. Donna, I've been binge watching your videos on YouTube. Thanks for all the help and support. Oh, Donna, you're welcome, and thanks for hanging out with us on YouTube. I always appreciate you guys hanging out with us there. Christy, hello. Kashka, I think it is. She tagged a friend. Thank you for sharing that with your girlfriend. Laura. Laura from San Diego. I was sick with a stomach virus, and now I'm struggling getting back to IF. Okay, so Laura, what are you struggling with? Just creating a new fasting window. And remember, anything that you're suffering from is always cured with a good fasting opportunity. So I would say just look at your calendar and pick a time tonight that you're going to start a new fast, and then count how many hours that you want to have a fasting opportunity for yourself to do some deeper healing. Pick a time tomorrow, and then don't break your fast till you hit that time. It is that simple. I always say there's 2 questions that you need to ask yourself every single day to be successful in this lifestyle. The first one is, how long will I fast? And the second one is, how well will I feast? Keep it that simple. How long will you fast, Laura, to get yourself back into the IF way of living? The first fast is the one that's going to take you to the rest of your fasting days. So just get that first one under your belt, and before you know it, you'll be back in. Michelle from Bloomington, welcome girlfriend, October 2018 grad. Thanks for hanging with us. Amy took course last year, maybe in July, I can't remember exactly. Well, awesome. Thanks for hanging out and coming back. We always love having our course members still in our community. We appreciate you guys. And let's see, Amy, Ohio is cold, and 2018 June and July, I think. Awesome girlfriend. Michelle, my 16-year-old daughter struggles with her weights, not sure why. Very active. I don't want her to jump on the diet train and don't discuss it. Try to be a healthy example. If she asks what she is okay to start IF. Yeah, so intermittent fasting is that thing that I believe, as long as we're not forcing our children to stick to some specific protocol, in my opinion, I don't think fasting is a bad thing. One thing that we really realized in our own home about fasting and what we're doing with our own kids is that we stopped shoving food down their throat. So we ask our kids, just like I say, we ask, those two questions every day. What do you want for breakfast? Are you feeling hungry? And if they say no, we no longer shove breakfast down their throat as we push them out the door to go to school. We just pack a few extra snacks in their lunch. So I would say just don't force her to eat and let her learn how to be intuitive about what her body needs. And then, like always, you just want to make sure you have really good quality food around, and don't, and you sound like you're living a good example for her, is, don't use food as a source of entertainment, a way to cure boredom, or some sort of reward or punishment system in your house. And then I think she'll probably end up being very healthy around food. And it's all those things that we kind of picked up as habits from our past, because our parents didn't know any better, so we can't really blame them for that. All we can do is move forward with what we know works for us and what's sensible for us and what really helps us be healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically around food. So just let her be intuitive. Don't shove breakfast down her throat, and don't design your life around food as far as emotional type of satisfactions for that, and I think she'll end up being okay. But don't label it either. Just let her skip a meal if she feels like skipping a meal. Amy, nice to have you here, good friend. Let's see, Allison, how long does it take before you start seeing results, inflammation, and weight reduction? Allison, it all depends on how you're fasting in your fasting window and what you're doing in your feasting window, and if you've identified things that are the root cause of inflammation. I was really sick when I started, and I didn't fast correctly, so it took me longer than most of the women who take my course. So I've really been able to kind of like simplify things and cut things down to pretty specific plans of attack to get yourself back into that place of reducing inflammation. So it all really depends on what your personal starting point is and what you're willing to do to get to the end result. And then all the other variables that go with that will really be whether you do it successfully right away, or if it's going to take you a little while to justify some of the things you have to let go of. Laura, you're welcome for sure. And then Linda, haven't been in months, ready to get myself together. Diane, you look different, but great. Thank you. I look different? I cut my hair. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Let's see. Sean, girlfriend, haven't seen you for a while. Still going strong since June 2017. Anyone on the fence, jump off and into the IF lifestyle. I won't ever diet again. Just embrace doing nothing. Yeah, Sean, thank you for saying that. Yeah, we do that a lot here too. We just say, let's do nothing and embrace everything. The lack of meal prep, the lack of, packing food to go, not having to stop every 2 hours to eat. All of those things really do help you just open up to having a really plentiful and abundant life with things other than food. And I think that that's a really aha moment that we all have, is that not everything in life has to be centered around an eating experience. There's a lot of other things that we can really benefit from and really open ourselves up to enjoying if we take food out of the equation. And now we know that we can go several hours without having to eat something, and we're going to be perfectly okay, if not even better. But it's that emotional fear of being hungry that really stops us from participating in a fasting opportunity. And that's why we say in this community as well that hungry is where the magic happens. And being hungry is not a bad thing. Being hungry is not a punishment. Being hungry doesn't mean that you have a lack of. Hungry is an opportunity for your body to really tap into its resources and heal itself. So thank you, Sean, for bringing that up. I agree with you 100%. Brenda from South Africa, plagued with UTIs. What is the cost of the April course? Brenda, we have a link in the comment section, and you can go to any description in any of my YouTube videos, and there's a link that you can click on, and all the information about the course is there and available to you. We have lots of ladies from South Africa who have taken our course, so it's all designed that you can do it on your own pace and in your own time zone, so we would love to have you for sure. It starts on April 6th. And then Michelle from Tampa, Florida, I'm excited for the April course. Michelle, I'm super excited for you as well. Deanna from Colorado, and then Jeannie from, what time do you start your programs in the mornings for the class? Every new lesson on a new day is released at 1 a.m. Central Standard Time to accommodate our international community of course members. So you can do it at your own pace, knowing that every single day there's going to be a new lesson for you to check into. And then from that point on, it's pretty much a self-paced course. So I have designed it so that you have every opportunity to be successful once you get yourself registered. So I'd love to have you as well. And I think that's everyone who's left a comment. I love it when you guys are so eager to share with us. Amy, does adding collagen powder to black coffee break your fast? Yes, it definitely does. Anything that you put into your body that is going to cause some sort of response other than healing will break your fast. So those are those little things, those little pieces of information that are floating out there that have really kept women in that space of limbo of getting the best healing opportunity possible. And so you have to ask yourself, like, what is it about collagen powder in my coffee that is so important to me that I can't just forego it and get a clean fasting opportunity? And those are those aha moments that a lot of us have when we're inside the course, that really make us get that feeling of what the energized sense of calm is. And then we just put our collagen protein into another opportunity throughout our 24-hour period of each day to benefit from the collagen, but not take ourselves out of that fasting opportunity that is going to get you to that deep healing point, which will balance out your hormones, reduce inflammation, and reset your metabolism. Gloria, is it better to vary your fasting window from day to day? Yes and no. So yes, when you're at the point that you're completely healed and you are emotionally able to jump in and out of different fasting protocols without messing with your head. And a big part of our intermittent fasting for today's aging woman course is the emotional healing aspect and letting go of a lot of past things that we believed about food or past habits that we have ingrained in us on how we utilize food within our day. When you get healed, then I say, yeah, if you can handle fluctuating your fasting protocol and you're not going to freak out if something doesn't go perfectly, yeah, absolutely. In the beginning, when you really have some things that you're trying to heal or balance out, I strongly suggest time and consistency within the same fasting window so that your body can actually get into that deep fasted state without having to go into some prolonged or extended fasting. And that's really where we focus the most opportunity within the course, is that extended amount of time within 24 hours that's going to maximize your healing opportunity and really get you into that fat adaptive state without having to go into anything that's going to go outside of what we call intermittent fasting, which is that 24-hour window. And then Maria, can fasting be part of one's life, or when we get healed, we need to stop? No, you should fast forever and ever and ever, and just build in flexibility. So we ebb and flow our fasting now, depending on like what we're doing in our life. We don't fast as consistently when we're on vacation, because we're on vacation. We fast really consistently at home because it makes us feel so good, and the way we used to live our life wasn't making us feel as optimized as we feel today. So fasting isn't a diet. It's not a time expiration date type of thing. It's not something you're trying to get to a specific goal. It's something that we really believe that you should do with the end in mind, meaning like there's no end date to it. You're going to keep doing it to just keep your body healthy and keep yourself energized and to really take advantage of some of the anti-aging properties and benefits that fasting will do for your body and your body chemistry. So yeah, you should be able to fast for however many years or decades or lifetime that you want to. It all is just dependent on the lifestyle that you want to create for yourself, for sure. Denise, exactly. IF is best for those of us who like no fuss. Easy peasy. Yeah, for sure. It is the simplest way to live your life around food without having to live your life without food, which I know seems a little bit strange to think about when you think about fasting and the opportunity that we create in our day to do nothing with, so we don't have food in that window. But what it does is it really opens up an opportunity for so many different experiences and so many different opportunities to be involved in your life. And so what I really realized when I first started fasting, my little aha moment was when I was able to eat dinner with my family. And as a chronic dieter and someone who's dieted my whole life and taught dieting techniques, by the time you get to dinner, you're usually out of your calorie count, or you've maxed yourself out for the day. And I can remember sitting pouting with my family because I didn't have any calories left that I could consume in my 1,200 calories per day. And so I would often prepare a dinner and not participate in dinner. And what I've really loved about the intermittent fasting lifestyle that I've created for myself is that I fast when my family is busy doing their life. And when we all come together for dinner and have our family time, that's when my feasting window is open and I can actively and consciously and mindfully participate with my family in exactly what they're doing. I no longer count calories. I don't count macros. I am just very conscious and aware of the foods that I consume and how they make me look and feel. And I happily live around food, despite the fact that the majority of my day is spent in a fasted state. And I think that's another one of those big aha moments and sort of a freeing experience that we all realize, is that you can be happy around food and you can take the I'm not allowed and I can't have statements out of your life, because you now have an opportunity to choose to include whatever it is that's going to make you happy and whatever it is that's going to make you look and feel your best. So it does allow you the opportunity to really create some true authenticity for how you want to live. And it's very freeing and it's very opening and it's a lot of fun once you really start to grab a hold of all of those things that you really enjoy that do allow you to look and feel your best. Patty tried MCT oil. How did it go for you? Creamer, it was powdered form. I didn't like it. Yeah, we don't like it either. The thing that freaked us out about MCT oil is we were drinking it out of a Starbucks cup, right? And the lid to the Starbucks cup melted because of the MCT oil. And we were like, oh, that seems scary. And then Michael and I both got a really weird, allergic reaction to it almost, like an intolerance to it. So we ditched it. It wasn't for us. I know a lot of people who really benefit from it, and I say, hey, go for it if that's you, but for us, we couldn't do it at all. Does MCT oil break your fast? Yes, it does. And again, there's varying levels and depths of fasting. In this community, the way I teach it here is anything except water will break your fast for everyone. Some people can tolerate coffee and tea. Some people cannot. That's where you have to do your own personal inventory and evaluation and experimentation. If coffee works for you and it isn't a tool that you can utilize, definitely do it, but it has to be black. Same thing with tea. And then for some people, coffee and tea just doesn't work for them. It doesn't get them into that deep healing level of fasting. And so if you're that person, you just got to ditch it until you get your body healed, and then you can reevaluate some things. Lori, when fasting schedule does everyone do each day? Again, that's a personal thing. I teach for healing purposes and the 3 reasons we discussed today. So balancing hormones, reducing inflammation, and resetting your metabolism. I highly recommend a 20-hour clean fast with a 4-hour feast. With a keto-like lifestyle is how we define it here in this community for healing purposes. But again, you have to experiment and figure out what it is that you want for yourself. Denise, what if you have hypoglycemia? Any advice? Fasting is the cure-all for hypoglycemia. Hypoglycemia is a sugar addiction and dependency problem that your body chemistry has. So it's used to eating every couple of hours and being able to utilize and count on that new source of calorie intake and glycogen glucose, all the stuff that your body wants to easily burn off and uses energy, and it doesn't want to have to work to get into those fat stores. And so that's where we get the eat hunger, eat hunger, eat hunger type of feeling. I used to be a total hypoglycemic person. I would be in tears, literally had to take food everywhere I went. It was horrible. Fasting has eliminated all of that, but you have to go through that first week of really getting your body not dependent on that new caloric intake, and get it fat adaptive and working to find its stored energy to utilize for an energy source. And once you get there, you're home free, and your hypoglycemia will no longer be something that you have to define yourself by.
Masterclass question.
So it definitely works for sure. Roberta, can you join the masterclass at any time, or are there certain dates for enrollment? We usually have the enrollment open the week or so between a class ending, so graduates, and a new class starting. So our master class big lesson, which is the master class, will be on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. It will be recorded. We will close registration for the master class on the 2nd of April, so that is tomorrow. So if you want to get into the master class, which is for our graduates only, you have to register by tomorrow. I want everyone in and in place for the 3rd. And then our subject of discussion for April will be extended fasting, different types of extended fasting, how you can support an extended fast, and how you can start practicing increasing your fasting window to get yourself to some of those longer fasts if you like. And we're going to do some mindset training toward that as well. So April's going to be a big month for us, but you want to make sure you're registered by tomorrow for sure. Let's see. Sean, every day but flexible. Okay, thanks, Sean, for commenting to her on that one. And then RM, on 3rd week of my fasting, have not lost any. If you're in our intermittent fasting course and you haven't lost any weight by the 3rd week, then I usually like to ask you what it is you're doing in your fasting and your feasting window. If you're not in my course, I can't help you because I don't know exactly what you're doing. I have a very specific way of teaching you how to fast, and most women in the course do see something within the first week or so. So I would suggest jumping in the course if you want to see some changes for sure. Okay, I think that's it. We are going to jump out of here and go pick up our little daughter from school. I'm wearing my Kentucky shirt today to represent our poor UK team who fell out of the March Madness yesterday and didn't make it to the Final Four. We were heartbroken that they fell out of the competition yesterday. So I'm wearing my Kentucky shirt to show my new team my love for sure.
Last question: is it better to fast without coffee?
Is it better to fast without coffee? Susanna is asking. Yes and no. It's all dependent on you. If you can metabolize coffee well, I would say utilize it. It's a great tool. It's a great way to get a little boost of energy. It's a great way to offset some appetite type of feelings that you might have, so it helps your hunger hormones balance out a little quicker. But if you can't metabolize coffee, don't pick up a habit that you don't need to have. And so we have done both. We've done fasting with coffee, we've done fasting without coffee, and I just kind of go with how my day is feeling anymore these days. And if I feel like coffee more for the warmth and like the comfort feeling of it, then I'll have a cup of coffee and it's black. If I feel like it's a day where I just don't want to bother with coffee, then I just drink my water, and I do just as well. So it all really depends on how you are emotionally and mentally handling and physically handling your fasting, and what you feel like doing in any in any part of your day or your season of fasting for sure. I probably won't do coffee as much when it gets warmer. I'll probably just stick to my cold water, and that's fine too. So it's not necessary, it's just a choice. Linda, is IF dangerous if you have insulin resistance? I know everyone pretty much has insulin resistance. It's something that builds up slowly over time and is the precursor to diabetes. So insulin resistance can actually be balanced out and corrected with intermittent fasting. So remember, insulin resistance is when your cells are kind of clogged up and backed up from what we've done over time where we haven't had the opportunity to deplete them. And fasting is what depletes your cells and gets rid of insulin resistance. So it is the cure for insulin resistance for sure. So if you're feeling like you're insulin resistant, I would jump into intermittent fasting before you become pre-diabetic. And I was insulin resistant, and that led to me becoming diabetic a couple of years ago. So it will help for sure. We good over there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to close it out for today. 3 reasons why I think every aging woman should practice fasting, more specifically intermittent fasting. Again, our course is starting on April the 6th. If you're a beginner, we would love to have you with us. I answer a lot of your questions in there and really do give you some time to practice what will work for you as far as intermittent fasting goes. If you've been struggling, don't hesitate. Jump in with us. We would love to have you, and then you can be part of our graduate community as well. For my graduate community, our masterclass does start on the 3rd. I will go live inside of there and teach you guys a little bit about extended fasting and some pros and cons, what we can do to mentally prepare ourselves for some extended fasting, and how you can ease your body into extended fasting to really benefit from some of the deep cellular and DNA repair that can occur when you really start getting into some of those longer fasts. So hopefully you will join us if you are a graduate. Check your email. An email went out about how to register. If you need information, always feel free to email me and I will get you that as well. Wednesday, we will be joining you live and we'll be discussing another intermittent fasting for today's aging woman topic that will hopefully help you understand a little bit more about intermittent fasting and help you create a lifestyle that will allow you to look and feel your best and live your most authentic life as we go through this aging process. Thanks for joining us today. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.